My question for you
Mudblood.
is Edward doesn't have any blood. He's more so just like made of stone. So how would he get Bella pregnant if he doesn't have any blood flow? If you kind of are picking up what I'm putting down.
Bricked up.
Stone semen.
Do you think he's just like hard all the time?
He really doesn't have blood, huh?
No, not at all. Because when they crack open the vampires, the only way to kill a vampire, James, basically, is to rip their heads off and then burn them alive and just rip them apart. And when you're ripping them apart, it's like stone.
The wooden stake.
I'm talking about the Twilight universe.
Have you like Googled this?
Yeah,
the
I
theories?
have, but I'm curious about what you think.
Are we talking boners?
Basically, like boners, and then like what's like, how does he like have sperm if there's like no blood or
see? This
like,
is
fluid?
why. This is why I have it. I have it so hard. I'm gonna cry. Why?
It's okay.
I'm just going through something. I think over here talking about boners.
TMG Studios.
Yes.
What's up, Cody Co?
That's Connor.
Oh, shoot. Wait, this isn't... Oh, I thought this was Cody's pod.
What's your go-to shower song since you have such a good, beautiful voice?
I don't listen to music in the shower. I just like talk to myself.
About what?
Just like any day, whatever's going on that day.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay. It's usually I kind of just like list off my grocery list because I don't write it down.
Just over and over again in the shower?
I go off memory.
To me, like if I heard that and I was your neighbor, I would call the cops immediately because there would be like a seance happening.
You can hear through my walls.
Eggs, like napkins, milk, eggs, napkins, milk, and the shower's running.
It's either
Sounds
that.
evil.
Yeah, it's either that or I'm beatboxing. No, you can hear through my walls because I can hear their TV.
Right.
So I do think about it sometimes because I do go hard some
you
days.
go hard, and I'm wondering, do your neighbors care that you're constantly like playing ball? You know?
Right. Yeah. For those that don't know, I do have a mini basketball hoop in my apartment.
He's balling.
We're half an hour behind schedule recording today because James got lost
Yeah.
in the parking lot.
I'm directionally challenged
Right.
for starters. Literally, okay, so like freshman and sophomore year of high school, even through junior year, I never drove to high school because I have older siblings that would drive
Do you have
me.
a license?
Yeah. I have a license. My senior year was like my shining moment. I'm like, I finally got to drive to school because my siblings had graduated. I had a younger brother that I would drive. It's like a 10-minute drive, maybe just a few turns. I almost wasn't able to get to the high school. Like I'm not joking. After 3 years of driving there every day, in my senior year, I was nervous that I wasn't gonna be able to find my way.
I'm still the same way in my hometown. My parents are like, okay, we're off of 105. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And they're like, Connor, you've lived here for 17 years?
Yeah.
You don't know what the main highway that goes through our town? I'm like, no, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, no, I'm not good at that stuff either.
Street names?
It's
no.
It's because if someone else is driving, it's kind of like not my prerogative to learn the streets. Why would I do that?
Right.
Two things I've learned about James today: directionally challenged and very tiny ear canals.
Yeah.
Small.
The earphones are still popping out a little bit. You want to give those another shove back into those?
Yeah, I'll just be adjusting.
Holes?
Oh man, every time I shove it back in, it's just a whole new experience.
Yeah.
I can just hear you so much more clearly.
Yeah.
Oh God, I bet.
It's important to stretch yourself out before you come.
No, I got weird ears. They're kind of like pointy. Do you see that little point? They're kind of like
No, you've got a great pair of ears, James.
Pretty
Yeah.
standard
Okay.
ear.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so weird how today is already turning into something that is related to all of my experiences right now because we were talking about your basketball shots. Two, I was gonna say I run like a couple times a week.
Right.
My AirPods aren't saying in my left ear anymore, which means I'm stretched out and loose on the left side.
Probably from podcasting so much.
That's crazy, and that
Yeah.
really is just like that shouldn't happen. That's not something that should.
No. Do you think it's not? Do you think it's maybe the AirPod melting or shifting in any way?
No,
Or
I
it's
think
totally
it's
your
my
ear?
body,
And
it's just like a testament to the human body and what it's constantly shifting and evolving.
At the end of the day, the AirPods are made to fit your body. Your body's not made to fit the pod.
Brooke,
I know. Good one. Huh?
Brooke. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I could
Goosies.
I could cry. But
anyway, should we intro James
yes,
before we get 20
you
minutes
read my mind.
We've got CaucasianJames here today. First name Caucasian, last name James. He's a Twitter god.
Wow.
Got a few billion followers on that platform.
Few billion. Approaching 5 billion.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that's an amazing feat. Twitter is not easy at the end of the day.
No, not anymore at least.
No.
It used to be easier.
I don't know. I think you're underselling yourself.
It used to be a lot easier to like grow on that platform.
Really?
Now it's impossible. Yeah. I've been stagnant for like a year now. Yeah. You can't really grow on there.
I wouldn't say it's impossible. Brooke and I are crawling up towards you.
That's true.
That's
true.
I'm just kidding.
No, I think maybe you just have so many followers that it's like how many are left to possibly gain.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
know?
I've been called the Charlie D'Amelio of Twitter.
Yeah, you are.
Which I think is a fair comparison. You know, we're both dancers.
Yeah.
The thing about you, James, besides your tiny ear holes and your lack of directionary abilities, you can move.
Yeah, you certainly don't lack direction in your dance.
Yeah.
Right.
In the motion of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think, like I said, both dancers, both have sisters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of commonalities between us. Yeah.
Yeah. I could not have said that better myself.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you're Twitter, but you're totally comfortable, I feel like, on other platforms, on other mediums. Yeah. I feel like words are tougher, and it's more of a more tougher.
It's a word.
More tougher. And it's a testament to like
your brain
wealth of knowledge. Like, I mean, like words are tough. They're hard. So like you type it out, you can be funny, you can jump off the roof and do like a backflip off of a trampoline and get famous, but you like to write something out and tweet it and be funny and people be like and be consistently funny for years.
No, I think that's why all the Twitter comedians are being cast in things now.
You're right.
They're the smartest of the social media collective.
By the way, 20 seconds to say
one.
Words are good.
Yeah.
Words are good. No, it's cool that there's still like a platform where like words matter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Your words matter.
Because as we know, Instagram is becoming just video, as we found out yesterday.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's so funny. You see, this is just you're good at podcasts.
You are, because we were gonna talk about that anyway, and the way that you segued that, your words, are so powerful. I hope you know that.
What'd you go to school for?
You know, initially broadcasting.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. So, my initial dream as a kid was to play in the NBA. That dream,
and you're kind of doing that.
In a way.
Yeah, right. Basketball is a huge part of my life still.
It really is. And you're sharing that with the world via Instagram stories.
Right.
Video.
Right.
Bringing it back to Instagram becoming video.
I wouldn't say I'm showing my skills too well because I've missed 22 shots in a row. But we don't have to dive into that.
Day 23 today?
Day 23 today.
Day 23 of trying to make that shot.
Yeah, so...
I think you got it today.
No, so I wanted to play in the NBA growing up. I was raised on basketball. You know, my dad played in college. My uncle was a coach.
Wow.
Ball was life. Like, ball was life for me. Like, actually, through high school.
I've always kind of said that, yeah.
Oof, there's my form right there.
That is an incredible form.
And, well, people will give me crap for, my left hand there.
You're just reaching in the cookie jar.
But if you look at Larry Bird's shot and you freeze frame it in the same position, we have the exact same release.
You're right. Now that you mentioned that, you're right.
I'm not even joking. You can Google it.
I'm not joking either. I have Googled Larry Bird shot.
Yeah. No, we have the same release, pretty similar style. I have like a 19-inch vertical. Okay, well,
Well,
see,
I thought that was you for a second. I'm without my glasses.
His hand is straight up there, but there is, I swear to God, I have it saved on my phone where it is off to the left.
Right.
We have to worry about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have no choice but to believe you because we do need to move on. But I wanted to ask something specifically that I'm forgetting.
I feel like you were very curious about James's origin story.
No. I wanted to ask before we. Well, I wanted to ask because I'm gonna forget.
Okay.
No.
It seems like you already did forget.
I did.
Yeah. So we can come back to it.
So we're gonna move on. Yeah. I feel like coming from Twitter, I feel like you're like one of the OG. I don't even want to say influencers, but you were like an OG internet person.
Comedian.
Comedian. Yeah. But I remember when we first all hung out it's a year and change now. No, it's been like a year and a half.
Yeah.
you're just like a face that everybody knows, and I feel like your name is a name that everybody knows, CaucasianJames.
Well, I was gonna ask, do you think everyone knows your face? Because I think on Twitter it's the only place you can get away with like people knowing your name and not your face.
Right. I mean, I post my face a decent amount.
Yeah.
Not nearly as much as I used to. I used to post my face like every day.
Right.
But no, I still for sure will like, if I tweeted my face today, I would still get like replies being like, "That's what you look like."
Right.
Like,
no way.
It's crazy that
like I've been doing this
the name and not the face on social media.
Doing this for like 5 years now. Like people still are figuring out what I look like. Yeah.
Yeah. That must be such a pleasant little gift to see that sweet little face with those tiny little ear holes.
Right. Yeah. No, people get excited when they see my complexion for sure.
Yeah, I bet.
Do you get? We talk about this like every episode, I feel like, but do you get like canceled at all on Twitter?
The only time I ever got canceled, I wasn't even canceled. I tweeted about how much I love like I tweeted photos of like really nicely cut lawns. And I was like, lawn appreciation tweet, like, look how nice these lawns are.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people got upset because
not everyone has a lawn.
No. Lawns aren't good for like
totally.
the world, They're like, where are the bushes and the the plants, and like that's bad, and all the pesticides and the lawns and people got really upset, but that was I think the closest.
Grass appreciation
tweet. I've actually gotten hard canceled on Twitter twice.
Really?
Yeah.
For what?
Both of them were Nickelodeon related tweets. The first one was iCarly related, and I said, what did I say?
You said
if I was Sam, I would body slam Carly into another dimension for naming the show iCarly. Because like that would suck.
Yeah,
as her co-host. And then the iCarly community is vicious by nature. Came for my throat, being like, well, if you had actually watched episode 1 and fast forwarded to minute 7, you would see that Sam gave her permission. Blah blah. Okay, fine. And it was actually Freddie. Okay, fine. Then I'll body slam Freddie. Whatever. You get the point. Canceled for that. And then I tweeted also that I think Pete Davidson has a set of Fairly Odd Parents.
I remember seeing that tweet. Yeah.
And then people were like,
actually has no set of parents.
And people were like, how dare you? His dad died in 9/11. But I was talking about Cosmo and Wanda.
Right.
The fairy.
They didn't even know the show.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had to make an apology.
I remember that.
Twitter's ruthless.
Hi, guys. We want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Green Chef. Yes, Chef. Green Chef is a CCOF certified meal kit company. Green Chef makes eating well easy with plans to fit every lifestyle. Whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals, Green Chef offers a range of recipes to suit your preferences. Green Chef now offers more variety and flexibility than ever before with double the choices.
Now, you can choose from all 24 recipes weekly with the option to mix and match meals from different preferences. Do members of your household eat differently? Now you can order meals to suit every lifestyle. Vegan, vegetarian, keto, and paleo. And also Mediterranean, as well as fast and fit, in addition to gluten-free. All in one box.
You know what I just made from Green Chef?
Tell me.
There was salmon with a salad. What was the salad? It was like, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like
Caesar?
Fatouche. Fatouche salad. But it was so dank. I'm on a fish kick.
And you have been on a
fish
fish
and Green Chef has great salmon.
Was it the butternut squash salad? That one's so good.
No, it was her with
it.
But it was really good. I like the butternut squash. It's really good.
Oh, I mean, so delicious.
I love butternut squash.
Do you?
Yeah, it's kind of like my guilty pleasure. With Green Chef, yes, Chef, you're reducing your food waste by at least 25% versus grocery shopping. Green Chef, yes, Chef, is the #1 meal kit for eating well with dinners that work for you, not the other way around. Pre-measured and prepped ingredients come straight to your door, leaving you with more time to savor the sunshine.
Go to greenchef.com/BNC135 and use code BNC135 to get $135 off across 5 boxes. And your first box ships free. That's greenchef.com/BNC135. That's BANDC135. And use code BNC135 to get $135 off across 5 boxes. And your first box ships free. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well.
I wanted to ask about your cancellations because I was going to do a little segment here, Twitter God. I wanted to do celebrities read mean tweets.
Oh, God.
But I couldn't find any mean tweets about you, but I did find the following accounts. Arkansas Caucasians against CaucasianJames. CaucasianJames against CaucasianJames. Ohio against CaucasianJames. Canadians against CaucasianJames. Nursing majors against CaucasianJames.
Right. Yeah.
Are they truly against?
These are all separate accounts. Oh yeah, here they are.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
What is say no to James? What do you have any?
So yeah, this was 2019. The first page that was made was nursing students against CaucasianJames. I had quite the amount of beef against nursing students. So I went to Winona State University.
Yeah.
Probably haven't heard of it. State school in Minnesota.
It's Winona Ryder, right?
Yeah, I think I don't know if she's named after the town or not. Founder of the school. But yeah, so it's a nursing school. And I got a little tired of nursing students like to complain about how hard their lives are.
Yeah.
And, me as a broadcast major.
Right.
My life was tough.
It was hard.
Right.
I had to hop on the radio and
probably
press
get
a
up
few
kind of
buttons.
early too, huh?
Yeah, I was like on a sports talk show. Like, I was booked.
Miserable.
Really tough lifestyle. So I was tired of hearing them being the only ones complaining about their life. And I made a few.
You
tweets
are so
about
brave.
Right. Yeah. I made a few tweets about it, and they were not happy. There was some backlash.
Yeah.
I even had a nurse reply to me, and she said,
I hope you end up in my hospital so I can kick your fucking...
No, that's what she said. She says, you better hope I'm never your nurse because I'm not going to take care of you. And I was like, that's a fireable offense.
Oops, I mixed up my things that I'm going to...
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, James, but weren't you once verified and then you had that taken away from you?
Yeah. So I was verified for 6 hours. Maybe it was 8.
Wow.
One of the darker days of my life. Finally got verified.
That's so
I was really pumped up about it, tweeted about it.
Yeah.
And then 6 hours later, it was gone.
Gone.
And I was like, oh, it's just like a glitch or something.
Yeah,
Because it was fresh. And I have one contact at Twitter. I reached out to her. I'm like, what's...
Sarah?
I'm blanking on her name.
You should talk to Farrah.
I don't talk to her much.
Yeah.
No, she's not my contact, though. It's some other
We
woman.
gotta get you to talk to Farrah. She'll get that back for you like that.
Yeah, I reached out and she's like, oh, that's weird. I don't know what's going on. And I was like, can you find out? And she ended up finding out why, but she said she didn't have the jurisdiction to tell me.
Right.
And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you can't tell me why. I never found out why. To this day, why I lost my verification.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Wow, one of life's great mysteries.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
it's just I think a bigger mystery for a lot of people if they come across your account with 1.5 million followers are like, why is he not verified?
Right.
It's weird.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. There's other few big accounts that aren't like Drill. Drill's not verified.
Drill's big. I was thinking yesterday I was going to lose my Instagram blue check. Sometimes you just have to risk it for the biscuit.
Do you remember when Corny lost her blue check? That was the funniest thing.
That was the funniest shit I've ever seen. What was that for?
She changed her name to, I think it was a senator.
It was a senator.
And and she was verified, so it was senator's name, blue check, and then was posting as this senator, and then it got her check.
She changed her profile picture to the senator's name and the name to the senator's name.
I remembered who it was.
But her was Corny, whatever.
But she got it back.
No.
She never got it back?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
She might have, but she was on thin ice.
Right.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But we were talking about yesterday, I made that thing about the whole Instagram thing with switching to video and the guy had to release the statement.
Oh yeah, tell us about that.
Siri. Well, if you're not familiar, I'm sure everybody's already familiar with it.
Not that familiar.
Basically, Instagram's been doing this thing recently. And I think that the origin is in Adam Mosseri. The origin is in its Facebook roots and its meta roots, where Facebook just has this kink of I need to just self-sabotage and self-sabotage to destroy it and make it your parents' favorite app, which Instagram's now becoming. My dad's sitting at a restaurant and has to show me his phone. You need to check this out, and it's these South American fishermen throwing a net off a boat, and they pull it up, and it's a bra. And he's like, how insane is that? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And so now that's on Instagram. My dad's Reels king.
My mom is Reels queen.
Yeah. So you can watch this evolution of an app starting to die. And I feel like it's happening. So Kylie Jenner, this girl that lives here, Illuminati, the photographer that shoots all the TikTokers now, made a post that was make Instagram again. I just want to see pictures of my friends. And her caption was share this post. Let's make it heard. And it got shared several million times.
Wow.
Wrote about in the New York Post. Kylie shared it.
The
Jenners shared it. And that sparked the CEO of Instagram.
Right.
Kylie Jenner, to make a PSA about it, saying, like, we know.
Right.
But he's literally saying, I'm acknowledging it's bad, but we're not changing it. This is the future. And it is the future. But if you've got people like Kylie Jenner, who last time she spoke up about a social media app, it was Snapchat. And she said, who even uses Snapchat anymore? Briefly, they lost $1.3 billion in revenue in 24 hours. So it's like enough obvious influence to pull the CEO in to make a PSA.
That was a really funny PSA. Just him being like, we know it's bad.
He's like, listen.
It has to be bad.
It's just shocking. Like, if you break it down, it's like all of these things, we hear you.
Yeah. We will not be doing
but we're not going to change it.
Yeah, really powerful stuff.
It's just being like, we are smarter than you, and you're going to continue to use the app regardless, so we don't really need to listen to you. At the end of the day, it's just, if I were to break this down, it would be money, 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 money.
Right.
Good
Creators, money, money, money. Yeah, totally. So it's just like dollar signs.
Yeah.
And then he.
Oh yeah. So then I post this thing, and my buddy Dan, who's so smart, he works at Morning Brew. He's so good at this. He writes all the stuff, and it's just like brilliant. Every now and then I go into like the really easy stuff to make fun of tech companies. It's just easy. I did it, and he DMs me 20 minutes after I post, like, I wrote this exact same bit. Do you care if I post it? And I was like, I do not care at all. Like, this is your space. He posts it, and he posted on Reels. I didn't want to post it on Reels because I'm scared of getting like a red dot on my chest from within my
Right.
And Masiri reposted on his story and said, touche. And the guy's post is doing so well now, and mine's just...
He reposted the guy who posted the same
on his story.
He posted.
And also, moments after that, I was talking to James. Masiri responds to his story with the perfect emoji.
Yesterday.
Wait, what story was it? Do you know? Was it your shot?
It was of my shot.
Yeah.
That I bricked.
Does he follow you?
He's followed me for years.
Whoa.
And
who were like some crazy people that follow you?
I don't even know. I don't have any like.
I feel like
A-list.
you do. I feel like you do have some.
You
like,
got OGs.
No, I don't have any like A-list celebs. I'm still waiting for like an A-list celeb to follow me.
I don't believe you.
No, I really don't. I can't. Seth Rogen.
That's an A-list celeb.
Oh yeah,
but
no A-list celebs. I mean Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, I guess.
And you've communicated with Seth. I would need to be airlifted to a hospital if Seth ever responded to one of my tweets. And he sent you a vase, right?
No.
Or pottery?
No. We've never even interacted. I've just replied to his tweets. I think it was a pity follow, is what it was.
He's interacted with you.
No.
Sure.
No. I've met Jonah Hill.
Oh.
Walk me through that.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's actually a pretty funny story. So I have this buddy named Mikey Alfred. I don't know if you guys have heard of Illegal Civ. It's a skateboard crew.
That's weird.
That's been around for like... It's a skateboard crew that's been around for like 10 plus years. They were associated with like Odd Future and like Frank Ocean. Mikey started the career.
Yeah, you're friends with what's his face, Domo Genesis, right? Like OG.
Yeah, Domo Genesis.
Domo.
But yeah, let me speed through this. So Mikey made Mid 90s with Jonah. You remember Mid 90s, the skateboard movie? Came out like 4 years ago.
You would actually like that movie.
I bet.
He made Mid 90s with Jonah. So
because I hated it.
Oh, then I probably would
assuming
like it.
You would like it.
Yeah.
And one night, Mikey was like, "Hey, want to get dinner?" I was like, "For sure, let's get dinner." It was in this like hole in the wall restaurant. I couldn't even find it. Like I couldn't find the studio today.
Right.
I finally like make my way in, and I see Mikey, and across the table was Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, "Thanks for telling me."
Airlifted. I would need to be airlifted to the facility.
I was like,
immediately.
"Thanks for telling me Jonah Hill," because at one point Jonah went to the bathroom, and I was like, "Thanks for telling me."
Right.
He just laughed, but no, it was great. Jonah's like the nicest, coolest, most down to. I had dinner with him.
He was sitting at the table.
Oh, at the same table?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah, I know. It's probably like my craziest LA story. But no, yeah, he was like the nicest guy, most down to earth guy.
I bet.
He talked about surfing for like the most part.
He loves surfing.
He loved surfing, and he talked about how like healing it is and amazing it is. I just sat there smiling, like, yeah, I bet it is great, Jonah Hill. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's really, really cool.
I don't know how. I don't like dinners with people of that stature. And it's like, okay, eventually I'm gonna have to be the person. You know me at a dinner
I'll never
table.
Be in that position.
me at a dinner table. I got to take the reins of the whole table.
I know.
You're putting me in the middle of this table. I'm like, all right, I got to check my notes. Right. I'm on a podcast right now. Yeah.
Right.
I think I would go mute. In that
I don't think you would.
I was fairly
You might black out, but I don't think you would go
mute. Or just like spewing like the scariest things in the world. Yeah.
I was pretty quiet.
There's no in between. Yeah. I think that's I'm sure you were great.
But it was crazy to see how people like act around an A-list celebrity.
Right.
Because I would at some points like look around the restaurant.
Right.
And everyone was just glued to him.
Yeah.
And I did ask, I'm like, is this weird? Like, and he's like, you just accept it and get used to it. I'm like, I don't know if I could.
Humble king.
Crazy.
So the basketball shot thing, sorry to like circle back. I want to tell a story really quick. You share walls, obviously, with your neighbors.
Yeah.
They say certainly hear the
bricks.
The shot.
Yeah.
It's only one shot a day, or are you practicing for that one shot?
Well, I don't practice for that shot specifically, but I'll just shoot around for fun. Which at some point I think can get annoying, not just for like my next door neighbors, but the people below me, because the ball's bouncing constantly.
My downstairs neighbor says my steps are too loud. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, just from like my walking. I'm just like, I don't know how to help you at all. Sorry, continue.
Too loud of steps.
Yeah. Also, like I'm in my bed like 24/7, so I don't even know what she's hearing.
Right.
A ghoul.
Maybe it's a rat.
Yeah. Hopefully, roommate.
You've read Rats?
I'm gonna really quick just tell the story that I was.
Well, James was just telling his story.
Well, he just moved on to Rats.
Yeah, we don't have to go into Rats.
Were you not done?
We don't have to go into Rats.
Were you done?
What story?
You were talking about your basketball.
We don't. Yeah.
You're done.
It's
mixing. Sorry.
I don't like thinking about it because I have to do the shot after, and I'm really stressed out about it.
Okay.
Oh, don't stress out.
Moving on.
This shouldn't be. This should be a place to unwind.
Yeah.
Really, and kind of let go.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mind is really clear right now.
That's good.
It's the most clear-headed.
For some reason, I'm not very clear-headed right now. I was just thinking about like, where the fuck is my passport? And it's kind of freaking me out.
Do you need it today?
No, I don't need it at all. I have no reason to need it, but I just like started thinking about it when you were talking about basketball for some reason. What I was gonna say is I don't share a wall like with anybody, but I have a building like next door to me, and I've had pretty much hell on earth experience with like my current living situation. And the other day, like 2 weeks ago, I've never met my neighbors. I have no reason to. We don't even live on the same property.
Right.
But I heard them belch like through two sets of walls.
Wow.
And it was like the craziest
clearing.
I was just like, is my TV on? Like, am I watching Prehistoric Planet? It was the most insane sound.
Are you sure that's what it was?
Yeah, like it was unmistakable. Notice how I said belch.
Right. Yeah, I did notice. That's not a word that people typically use.
I didn't say burp.
Right.
It was. I can't even. It was guttural.
From the diaphragm.
It was guttural.
Right.
I was like, that's like a creature, like a beast. But it was a burp for sure. But whatever. And then new thing that's been happening. I woke up the other day. This has happened twice now, so I'm learning my lesson. I promise I would never be someone who sleeps with my phone in my bed. And kind of you just start to lose yourself when you move to LA. And suddenly I was just like a person that sleeps with my phone in my bed. But my cord wrapped around my neck again.
That happens to me all the time. What a way to go that would be.
That'd be so fucking embarrassing.
That was such a weird way to structure a sentence. What a way to go that would be.
So anyway, as I wake up, my cord's wrapped around my neck. And I was like, why did I just wake up? I'm glad I woke up.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't wake up because I was being suffocated. Via
cord?
Via Apple.
USB. Via USB.
Via lightning cable. But I woke up because I could hear my alarm. And I was like, where's it coming from? I can hear my neighbor's alarm clock.
Wow.
That sucks.
Well, are your windows open? Yeah, that'll do it.
I don't have AC in my actual bedroom.
No, me neither.
Only my living room.
Yeah, same.
Well, I live in a studio, so.
Right.
Perks
I have
of living
AC
in a studio.
everywhere. I have AC everywhere.
Okay.
Isn't your lease almost up?
Yeah, November.
Are you going to live there again?
I think so.
Damn, James.
Yeah.
I know.
James lives so far away.
He needs to move closer.
I know.
Yeah. What are you're like North Hollywood?
North Hollywood.
NoHo?
Yeah. NoHo.
No.
Yeah, this was like a 45-minute Uber.
It's I don't know why you do it to yourself. I want James to move into my
It makes sense.
complex.
You should.
Yeah.
Is there like empty units?
I don't think so, but you can move into mine because I think I want to leave. And you'll get a really sweet little brick wall. I know you've been kind of wanting.
Well, I've heard it's a fake brick wall.
Depends how you define fake.
Hi guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Squarespace, one of my favorites. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform for building your brand and growing your business online. Stand out with a beautiful website, engage your audience, and sell anything. Your products, your content you create, and even your time.
Squarespace also offers appointment scheduling. Add online booking and scheduling for your classes or sessions to your Squarespace website. Clients can easily see your availability or reschedule if needed, taking the hassle out of coordinating calendars. I'm pretty sure my dermatologist uses Squarespace.
Really?
Yeah, I love when doctors use online scheduling things because that means I don't have to call.
You know who's using Squarespace right now?
Your merch.
Hunter Bell.
Oh, cool.
He's in design school, and he submitted a project with Squarespace, and he said he was the first one to submit because it was so easy.
Wow.
Kind of like
Congrats,
a
Hunter.
loophole. And it looked really good. Create pro-level videos effortlessly. The Squarespace Video Studio app helps you make and share engaging videos to tell your story and grow your audience and drive sales as well. You can also stand out in any inbox using Squarespace email campaigns, collect email subscribers, and convert them into loyal customers. Start with an email template and customize it by applying your brand ingredients like site colors and logo. Built-in analytics measure the impact of every send.
Go to squarespace.com/BANDC for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code BANDC to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I have one last origin story question for you, and then we can move on to more so like pop culture, whatever.
For sure.
Okay. Have you seen any of the Twilights?
Yeah, I saw one. I don't even know which one it was. I saw it with my cousin and little brother. It was like 2010. We saw it in theaters.
Okay. Incredible.
I remember hating it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I was
real weird.
I was like a 16-year-old boy.
Weird. You made Brooke short circuit.
I mean, I was a 16-year-old boy.
Totally. So you just didn't get what you were seeing.
I only cared about basketball.
Yeah, you didn't really get the magnitude of what was happening.
No, not at all.
I don't know if you know this, but in the first part of the last movie, vampire Edward gets human Bella pregnant. And so within her, a little vampire human baby is growing. And they just had it's unprecedented completely.
Yeah.
So there's never been a vampire that's gotten a human pregnant before. So my question for you
Mudblood
is Edward doesn't have any blood. He's more so just like made of stone. So how would he get Bella pregnant if he doesn't have any blood flow? If you kind of are picking up what I'm putting down.
Bricked up.
Stone semen.
Do you think he's just like hard all the time?
He really doesn't have blood, huh?
No, not at all. Because when they crack open the vampires, the only way to kill a vampire, James, basically, is to rip their heads off and then burn them alive and just rip them apart. And when you're ripping them apart, it's like stone.
The wooden stake.
I'm talking about the Twilight universe.
Have you Googled this?
Yeah, I have, but I'm curious about what you think.
Are we talking boners?
Basically, like boners, and then how does he have sperm? If there's no blood or
this is
fluid.
why I have it so hard. I'm gonna cry. Why?
It's okay.
I'm just going through something. I think over here talking about boners. That's why I can't watch movies that people like, because I just get so stuck on plot holes like this.
So
was it Miraculous Conception?
No, they had sex.
Immaculate
They
Conception.
had sex.
My theory would be he sucks someone's blood.
He doesn't eat human blood, only animal blood.
Okay, well then he sucks
an animal. Okay.
The blood entered his body, went to his dick, and he probably had a limited time frame to have sex. So I think probably every time he sucks blood,
sucks
someone's dick.
So that he could impregnate Bella with that.
I hope not. I hope he didn't do that.
We're getting into dangerous territory here. I'm sure we could find something on Wattpad.
I Googled an answer if you want to know it, but your theory is that he sucks an animal's blood and the blood went to his dick and then he used that blood flow to impregnate Bella. That's
he has
an
hour
the one
to...
exception to the stone in the vampire's body is cum.
I guess.
Yeah.
In Stephanie Meyer's world.
It's just blood and jizz?
Yeah, I guess.
Or it's just stone and jizz?
I guess.
Care to explain? Who wrote
No, it was
Twilight?
unprecedented. Stephanie Meyers. But
Stephanie Meyers, you got some explaining to do.
But what she said is that there are human functions that Edward has. Clearly, we can see that as the movies go, and that's just one of them. But like it just like makes no sense to me when there's like no blood in his body when they're ripping other vampires apart and burning them alive.
I'm not going to be able to answer this question.
I think she's kind of fucked up.
I think my theory might be correct.
Okay. Curious to hear what other people think, but
I'll get on
that's a theory kind of floating around. Weirdly enough, I had brought that up to Connor, like unrelated, this week, and then somebody emailed us a few days later and was like, "What do you guys think about this plot hole in Twilight?" And it was that
plot hole for some reason just isn't bugging me as much as other plot holes. Yeah.
Did we ever see the vampire baby?
Yeah, Renesmee. Have you never seen the vampire baby? Can you guys pull up Renesmee? Well, can you pull up the when she was a baby? Thank you, Ashley.
So she's a vampire. She also sucks
great
animals'
question,
blood.
James. They actually, again, unprecedented. So they didn't really know what she was gonna be. But turns out she'll age to like 18 years old, and then that's what we were working with.
What?
And then she'll just stay 18 forever. And I don't know if you know this.
Wait a second, that's her?
Yeah, that's serious.
That thing needs to be thrown into the river.
That's from Twilight?
That's from Twilight. That's a vampire baby.
God.
And Jacob.
I've seen her all the time. Like
Taylor Lautner, Jacob is in love with her. Did you know that?
Wait.
He imprinted on her.
That's problematic.
Wait.
Yeah.
Taylor. Oh. Wow.
So Taylor Lautner, Jacob thought he was in love with Bella, but really he was in love with the part of Bella that was the baby, that was Renesmee. So the second that baby was born, he saw it, fell to his knees in front of the baby, and wolves do this thing called imprinting, where like you look at someone and you know like that's like the person I need to spend my life with. So he imprinted on that baby. Yeah, there they are.
So he's a pedophile.
Ew! What? Wait.
No, it wasn't romantic until she turned 18.
Oh yeah, I've heard that before.
He's a pedophile.
The last guy that said it wasn't romantic is dead now, and he definitely didn't kill himself.
Pedophile wolf groomer.
Ew, that is freaking weird.
It's a really interesting Twilight plot point. Is the imprinting?
Yeah, Stephanie needs to be investigated for federal.
Well, Twilight's also like Mormon propaganda too. Because when Bella was pregnant, she was like, "I'm keeping it," and then Carlisle, the dad doctor, was like, "It will kill you," and she was like, "I don't care, I'm keeping it." So there's a lot going on in Twilight.
I'm not gonna watch.
I don't know.
Why?
Doesn't sound like my cup of tea.
It's really good. You would love it, James.
I'm gonna stick to b-ball.
Ball.
Wait, what did you just say? I need to. Oh no, that wasn't you. Never mind. You know what I did just watch?
The Rehearsal.
The Rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know, Nathan Fielder, creator of Nathan For You, has a new show called The Rehearsal. And you love Nathan For You, right, Connor? Or do you just like it?
Yeah, I do. I think it's...
You like Nathan For You?
It's probably my favorite show.
I think
ever.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love Nathan For You. So this was a highly anticipated return to TV.
Yeah.
For me and James. And I guess not so much Connor, but kind of Connor.
Even let me talk yet.
I'm just prefacing 2 episodes out. Now you can take it away.
No, I mean tell y'all's piece.
Well,
you
just said you didn't like. Go ahead.
No,
you want to
said
say
I didn't
something?
like it. You said you loved it. You guys loved it.
I didn't say that. I said you're not as big of a fan as me and James.
Right.
No, I just think
you should sit this one out.
Nathan For You was blatantly comedy. It was comedically based.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
This one is. You can't. I think it's smart. I think you can't categorize this as a comedy. It is a social experiment, and it is uncomfortable to watch.
Nathan For You
so
was
is Nathan
so.
But Nathan For You is business based, and it is not personality disorder based. Like this is about.
Yes, it is.
These people are, for a fact, not 100% like.
I don't think.
Mentally,
I think a lot of the people in Nathan For You weren't.
Right, because why else?
It's because he's finding everybody on Craigslist, so it's like what you get is kind of up to chance.
Yeah.
Anyway, the premise of The Rehearsal, I guess that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Is that Nathan finds people that have something coming up in their life, whether it's something that's definitely going to happen or something somebody wants to happen, and he creates the exact circumstances for these people to rehearse the thing that they're either avoiding or want to happen. And in the latest episode, this woman knows that she wants to be a mother eventually, so he sets up a rehearsal for her.
Don't give anything away.
I'm not. I'm just setting up the plot. A rehearsal for her in which she can practice being a mother. And I thought that was the best thing that I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Truly. Yeah, you like the first episode better?
A lot better.
Really?
Yeah.
I did.
I thought it was more funny.
It just go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I was shocked that like episode 3 is carrying like episode 2 is carrying into episode 3.
Yeah,
I don't really know how I feel about that. However, I do think the last episode is obviously setting up the next episode, where I think a big bang. I think it's going to be really funny when
Nathan enters the rehearsal, maybe,
and there's like actual like
or maybe
older
not.
kids.
I don't want to spoil anything
because the babies were boring. Now like the next stage is like a toddler and then like a high schooler. I think that's gonna be really fun. But
I mean, I just like lost my shit at Robin, who was the guy that for a second was rehearsing the part of the father. Just like he was so
he was weird,
unwell.
He was not okay. Yeah,
no, there was like it freaks me out.
Nathan interacting with him.
I think the part of this show that freaks me out is like it freaks me out that there are people these are real people, and I can't believe that we live in a world where these people are just walking around.
Right.
Every person that's been in this show so far that's not been Nathan could go postal, domestic terrorism style.
Well, I think what the best part is Nathan interacting with them, because it's like not everyone can
he's
do
not
that.
In most of the majority of these episodes.
I met him. Nathan for you was like he was in.
Yeah, he was
the star of every episode.
Yeah, I prefer that.
Yeah.
This is like straight up uncomfy.
Yeah, I love it though.
Oof. I'm just like back to my 3 shows that I watched.
You're not going to keep watching?
No. I won't.
Really?
Unless you guys have an episode that is like pretty funny. I don't like watching shows that make me uncomfortable for no reason.
Well, I would recommend it to anyone, and I think he's the most brilliant mind in the world, I would say.
They should watch Nathan for You first, though.
Of course.
Yeah. So,
to ease it, to lube up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that the Nathan for You stuff is intentionally really funny, almost prank show-esque, and this one is like, let's test how far humans will go.
Yeah.
And it's freaky. You know what episode of Nathan for You that I hate, because it's so many people and it's really scary to see how far people will go for a rebate on their gas.
That's one of the best ones.
It's just insane. Like, it's almost too much for me to... I like very light stuff, like I don't want to see... So there's an episode of Nathan for You. Watch it. It's the gas station rebate. And basically, he has them go for 24 hours and jump through all these hoops to get like $6 back on their gas for their tank that they filled up, and which is
they go on like a wilderness
equates to like
camping.
To like 2 gallons, and they they like put they're with like 15 other strangers, and he's like, you can leave whenever you want. It's essentially like a Fear Factor thing. They're all strangers, and they go through, and they like 8 of them make it through the night sleeping with, and they go really deep into conversation.
It's really...
There's something really just unsettling about...
My favorite episode is the Ghost Realtor one. And Trisha Paytas is in an episode?
Yeah, I did know that.
I just was reminded of that recently. Anyway, go watch Nathan for You. Can't trust that enough. And I would also...
Great show.
Recommend The Rehearsal.
Really good show.
As well. Really just like the best there is.
He's brilliant.
No, I think you should watch The Rehearsal too, so that I can see if I'm alone in this.
Yeah.
I don't like when I don't like something that everybody else likes. It makes me freaked out that maybe I am living my solo experience.
I don't think. No, I think there are a lot of people that like don't like to be uncomfortable. I think that's completely normal.
Really?
I think that's completely normal to want to watch TV that like makes you feel good.
Yeah.
I like love suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's something that I thought that just reminded me. You love suffering.
Yeah.
Do you think you're funnier when you're like
depressed?
Mentally unwell and depressed?
It depends. There's a threshold. There, because it's like when I'm like my normal like mentally unwell like baseline, I'm funny, but when I like pass the threshold, it's not funny anymore.
Right.
I listened to something that you talked about in the last podcast you were on 18 months ago.
Jeez.
And you said, okay, I just need a burp. Sorry. You said that if you're depressed or going through it or whatever, maybe not depressed, you just will go silent, radio silence.
For sure.
That's how I am.
Yeah. I don't know. It's clear head or nothing.
Yeah.
The scariest part though is before I get to that point, there's like a little bit of mania where it's like, take my phone away, please. The worst part is when you're like, I think James and I were talking about this before we started recording, when you're trying to be self-deprecating online as a way to help you feel better, and you're like, oh, like I'm ugly or something, and just like or like make a joke about it.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, like, please don't talk this way about yourself, blah, blah, blah. Like, no.
I was
like,
being funny.
Just let me like cope and be funny in the way that I want to be funny and cope. Like, and don't try to make me feel better.
Also, if you agree,
Also, like this if you agree.
If you agree, keep it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day because I had a meeting with somebody and they were like, yeah, like we all watch your TikToks in the office and one day you posted 3 times and we were like worried about you.
Oh, is that the mania piece before the depression?
I'd say like
or is that
people. It was the beginning of a spiral, so it was probably like a little twirl before the spiral, the big spiral. Yeah, but I did post 3 times. I deleted 2 of the 3 because I was like, that is not me at all. Yeah. You know, the next day, clear head.
No, when I'm spiraling, sometimes I will.
Yeah.
Really fire off.
It makes it worse because really it's not a clear head post, you know?
No, not
Tweets
at all.
Especially, I think it's really easy to start firing
really
off
easy to fire off.
Yeah.
Drunk tweets.
I've been there.
Ooh, yeah.
I've gotten better at not drunk tweeting because it typically doesn't go well.
Again, that's where my app idea would really come in handy. It would just shut down Twitter. You know, when you reach a certain blood alcohol level, certain apps could shut down on your phone.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
I know.
I'd invest.
Thank you.
I kind of
text dead. Can't open the messaging app. Twitter dead to the world.
I kind of like browned out on Friday. I went to happy hour. Was gonna like keep it really chill. Did keep it really chill. We just sat at one table for like 4 hours and just like talked and had drinks. But I like came home and like woke up the next day and had posted a picture of the Taco Bell plastic game machine on my story.
Yeah. And
I was like, miss you.
Good story.
That's funny.
No, but I was just like, whoa, what were you doing?
Right.
Like last night, that's what needed to go on your story. I thought it was funny. You guys aren't even laughing.
I just said that's funny.
But I was just like, some people drunk text their ex. Some people buy, I don't know. Like I'm buying shit on Amazon and posting weird nostalgic plastic charity games from Taco Bell on my Instagram story.
Everyone's brain works a different way.
It's so fascinating now.
You've been really into science recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you wrote Science of Smells in our shared notes app. I don't know what you wanted to talk about there.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Were you good at science in school?
It was my favorite subject. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not
because it was the science that we learn in schools is more like theories. You know, I feel like, and memorization.
I don't think that didn't happen in my school.
What were you learning in science?
Avogadro's number.
Huh?
Avogadro?
Brooke.
I'm not making that up.
Avogadro, really?
It's the mole number.
Unfamiliar.
Huh.
You're kidding.
I thought we were going.
That's like chem.
This looks like that literally looks like Renaissance May. That literally looks like Renaissance Festival. From Twilight.
No, I feel like it was all like isotope. Like there's no theory behind the elements in the periodic table.
It's just
science. You know?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I guess it's
I don't remember anything from school.
I was just like so bad.
I guess physics is more so theory.
We were like mixing stuff together.
Chemistry?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of chemistry. Yeah, I don't know. I like science. It was in the green folder. I like the color green.
Yeah, science is always in the green folder.
I feel
only
like the
exception to that is yellow.
Also, we're like kind of freaky.
Yeah.
No, I never got that vibe.
Huh.
My science teacher wore the same pants every day for like 5 years. That
I respect that a lot.
Yeah.
How often you guys wash your jeans?
Oof.
Never? Be honest. I'll be honest after you're honest.
Not. I mean, I think I wear probably like when I do the wash, so like 3 months, at once every 3 months.
Ooh.
No, I'm like very similar.
Yeah, I don't.
They don't.
Jeans.
I don't, you know.
They look weird when they're stiff when I wash them. You're not supposed to wash them.
You're not supposed to wash
it's good
them.
denim.
Huh?
And I'm
dead serious.
I smelled these last night.
And they're fine.
I put them up my nose to the butt and like really sniffed to make sure.
Yeah. Fine.
They smelled worn. They smelled good. Like, okay, this guy's been around.
Right.
Oh my God.
I'm so with you.
Yeah. I think it's a good
standing
thing.
with you.
Yeah.
How often you wash?
Are you wash your pants?
Those got to be a nightmare in the wash.
These are dry clean only.
Okay. Yeah.
You take things to the dry cleaner?
I do.
Wow.
Yeah. I take things to the dry cleaner because some of them have pleats. You wear a lot of Dickies, and Dickies have a pleat in the front. I'm certainly not going to iron anything.
I would probably just throw something out if it needed to go to the dry cleaner.
Yeah.
I've
my
noticed.
dry cleaner also
just like not a task I can
does
perform.
tailoring and fixes my wash. But that breaks like once every week.
Wow.
But I go in, I wash my pants because they start fitting weird. It could also be that I'm fluctuating in weight constantly.
Couldn't be.
Yeah. So when I wash them, they fit better. Farts. What was I going to tell you guys?
I don't know, but I'm noticing that your short-term memory is kind of failing you recently, and so is mine, and I don't know what's going on.
Long COVID.
Do you think it's long COVID?
No.
I don't know.
I think it's
long
just
COVID is a very real thing, though.
Yeah, it is.
You think so?
Yeah, brain fog.
I mean, I've had COVID, I think, 2.5 times.
Yeah.
And
2.5?
Yeah. Third time was a question mark.
Okay. Yeah.
But I just have never been the same. I feel like since I got it the first time.
When did you first get it? Was it before?
In a good way or a bad way?
Patient 0, March 2020. Oh, in a horrible way.
Oh.
I feel like mine's kind of changed me for the better.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
I'm more laid back now.
Because you're exhausted?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm probably up on my way out.
Right.
My cells have stopped regenerating.
Yeah.
Science.
Yeah.
Love science. What about you? You think?
I think I'm the exact same guy. Didn't faze me.
That's
really
pretty tight. That's pretty tight.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been through a lot, I can pretty much get through anything.
Speaking of science.
Yeah.
We took the Myers-Briggs test.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because someone told us to, right?
Someone emailed and was like, I'd be curious. So
did you take
we
it?
hear you. Yeah, James did.
Yeah, I took it. It didn't really tell me anything, something I didn't know about myself. It was you're an introvert. I'm
right.
Yeah.
I always get confused because when I'm with people that I'm comfortable with, have to be the center of attention. But if I am in, wow, long COVID is so scary. Long COVID is really, really scary. If I'm with people I don't know, I can't make eye contact, I don't want to talk, and I usually like to be alone.
Yeah.
So it's just I'm a question mark.
I mean, you guys know me. I'm alone. I'm alone 6 days of the week. And typically we'll text you guys around Friday and be like, all right.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do something?
You're definitely an I.
Yeah.
What does this mean? What do you guys talk? I don't really know. I'm just going to read off something that...
Sure. Read yours. You should have 4 letters.
Yeah. I got INFP. ENF. I thought it was a word you say. ENFPT.
Wait, Connor, that's crazy.
Is that what you got?
I got INFPT.
What does E mean?
Okay. E is extroverted and I'm introverted.
You know what's insane? My highest percentage of numbers, so it gives you traits. My highest percentage is turbulent, which is just what does that mean?
You're pretty turbulent.
I'm 94% turbulent.
Oh.
That means turbulent individuals are self-conscious and sensitive to stress. They feel a sense of urgency in their emotions and tend to be success-driven perfectionists and eager to improve.
That's a bad thing to tell me, right?
I don't think
what
that's
am I supposed
horrible.
to work on that? Long COVID is so scary.
It is.
Right. Makes you really turbulent.
And then what are you? Do you know your letters?
No.
You just know your I.
What was your
I
role?
Just know I'm an introvert.
Did you guys get a role?
What do you mean?
I got a role.
No, I don't think I got a role.
I got awarded diplomat.
Oh, me too, Connor.
Whoa. I think this is bullshit, this thing.
They're all the same answers, no matter what you say.
Different letters.
No matter what you say, you'll get the same result.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm intuitive. Tell me something I don't know.
I got intuitive also.
And feeling. That makes a lot of sense. But to use my heart instead of my head. I don't get that. I feel like you would be thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Oh, so you were T?
I was 50.
You were 50-50?
No, it was 51% feeling.
Oh.
50%. Whatever, 49%. Anyways.
Okay. Well, interesting. I don't think we took the right test at the end of the day.
I don't think so either.
No.
It's a starting point.
I didn't like it.
So I saw that you tweeted this morning about Obama's summer playlist.
Yeah. It had no Dua Lipa on it.
Oh.
That is fucked up. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Dua Lipa is summer. Dua Lipa
is summer,
should be all of Obama's summer playlist. Mm-hmm. Let's check. I know his first one is that No Beyonce song.
He had some good ones on there.
Yeah, it's for sure fun. He has good taste.
He had Vince Staples, who's my favorite human on earth.
Wow.
He had Vince Staples. So I was really pumped about that. But not having Dua Lipa just makes me feel like he's lying to us.
I just can't really picture, no offense, obviously, to Mr. Obama, but you're not listening to music for a sushi restaurant.
I see. That's where I think I would disagree.
I think he could be.
I totally think he is.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I apologize.
This one?
I could totally see it.
This list was more believable than his other ones, I think. But The no do it got me, yeah. That's the only thing that really upset me.
That's really weird. If I was Dua Lipa, I would take that extremely personally.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one. Here's one that I can't picture him listening to.
The internet.
It would make me really happy if I saw him listening to this, but I don't see him listening to Keep Looking Up by Casey Musgraves. Hand to God.
I could see like
I don't even know
Sasha and Malia listening to that and be like, and him being like, "What's this?" Like I kind of like it, you know?
Yeah, I like
the way that dads do.
Who's the older one? Sasha Malia.
Malia.
I love.
I used to see her
out and about.
I used to see her at bars in Boston when she was underage.
My friend,
she just wouldn't be able to get in because they were like, "You're Malia Obama." Like, we know you're not 21.
My friend was at Red Rocks in Colorado, and was smoking a joint, and looked over, and Malia was right there, with a bodyguard, and my friend went, "You know what?" Handed it to the bodyguard, and the bodyguard handed it to Malia.
See, if I were a bodyguard, I would say that probably has poison in it.
Well, it was it was years ago, so it was
before people were poisoning.
Yeah, it was like pre-poison era. We're now in our poison era.
Yeah, I don't know if there was always a
laced
razors in the candy era, so it could have been that.
It could have, but it wasn't. Anyways,
Obama, if you're listening to this, I would fire your bodyguard. No offense.
Well, I think she's probably good now.
Does Obama follow you guys? He follows like 1 million people. Doesn't follow me.
On what?
On Twitter?
Pretty offended, yeah. He follows like 1 million people on Twitter.
James, this space is so good for manifestation. So if that's what you want, say it.
You know what?
Or if you want something specific.
I don't think I even want the Obama follow anymore.
What do you want? Who would you like freak out if they followed you?
Man.
Breathe in really deep.
Dua Lipa.
Dua. Happen.
My recent obsession with her is very new. My buddy was like, obviously, like I've heard her hits. Sure. But he's like, actually listen through her album. It's really good. Have you heard like Pretty Please?
No.
Oh my God. I listened to it on the way over here. It's so good.
Oh, that's awesome. I love Dua Lipa. I've always loved Dua Lipa.
She's amazing. She's great.
I don't really
watch
like
her Tiny Desk.
Good music.
Watch her Tiny Desk.
Phenomenal.
No, her Tiny Desk really great.
I really want to do that.
What?
The call.
Do it.
Should we?
Yeah, I think,
Okay.
I think you should.
I'm going to try.
And I'm going to just stand here and watch. There's a trend going around on TikTok right now where you call someone and you speak in a baby voice. And here's a little clip of it.
Aiden. How are you?
That's good.
How are you, Aiden? What are you doing, little boy?
I'm just doing some design work. What are you doing?
And you just kind of see if they'll speak to you back in the same voice.
I'm so scared.
So me and Connor want to do it, and I think you should call Cody, as in Cody Co.
So I'm going to call
our founding father.
Professor Co from Co Academy.
Yeah. I won't be speaking.
He's so busy at 10:30.
So busy.
I don't want to. Okay.
Well, what's he doing? Surfing? Come on, give me a break.
I will say Kelsey did just text me.
What'd she say?
What's your email? So I don't.
So I'll call Kelsey after.
Okay.
Or do you want to?
No, I can't do it.
I'll do it. I'm calling Cody. I'm so scared.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Cody.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just sitting around kind of thinking about you and what you're doing and stuff.
What is this?
Nothing. I just miss my Cody.
Are you recording the podcast?
What are you doing, Cody?
I'm making some music.
I love music.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff, that music.
Okay, love you, Cody.
Okay, love you too.
Bye. Come on, why didn't you do it back at all?
Yeah, a little disappointed.
I mean,
he was making music.
That was a really great performance on your end, Connor. Hats off to you.
Well, now I want to do someone else. Kelsey's not with him doing music.
Oh my God, my heart's racing, going pizza-pat.
Kelsey's on the soundboard right now.
Kelsey will do it back.
It's not looking good.
I'm angry.
Message.
Kelsey, Kelsey, why
I'm an angry baby.
Kelsey?
She's producing right now. Yeah. She's producing his music.
Record your message after the tone. Simply hang up when done. Or for delivery Press the pound sign.
Come on. Hi, Kelsey. I miss you. I hope you are safe and comfy at home with the kitty cat and Chewy. Bye. Yawn! How come we can't get any callers today?
I feel like my mom would do it back. Should I try it?
Do your mom. My mom would be like, Connor, we paid for a college degree, and it is 11 a.m. on a Wednesday. Okay. You should be in an office right now. How come you don't have health insurance? How about a 401k?
She's not going to answer. What could she possibly be doing?
It's coming. She's going to answer.
She's probably drawing in her coloring book.
She's not going to
answer.
Oh, that's
too many rings.
Because moms usually answer on the first ring.
Right.
My mom didn't when I was in jail.
That's so frustrating.
Only time my mom
she said with patient, call you on the way home. Can you call me now? She's with a patient. The doctor now?
Tough.
Can you call?
What is your mom patient?
I don't know.
What is your mom guiding someone
Can you call me
through?
now, actually? I mean, I know she works in her doctor's office, but I don't know why she would be with the patient.
I think we really should. That could be a HIPAA thing, Brooke. If we start touching HIPAA territory, I think that this podcast may have a timeline.
She's fine.
Did you guys ever figure out what kind of chairs these are for me?
Oh, shoot.
Do you remember when I asked
was
you that?
Definitely like a goal of ours. Let me check.
I was
Oh, God.
So after, their first episode, I did ask. I was like, what kind of chairs are these? Because I was shopping for a new chair, and I thought this would fit perfect in my apartment. And you guys never...
sinuses.
You're like, oh, we'll find out right away. You never found out.
ADHD. I don't take any meds.
I was kind of...
I know.
I was kind of hoping for maybe like an Ellen DeGeneres type moment where like, you're like, James, like, we know you like these chairs.
Yeah. Oh, so take it home with you.
Do you want to just maybe
look
take the chair?
in there.
And then like Cody Co was going to wheel one out for me.
I knew it was Amazon. That's a gorgeous chair.
Now I feel bad because I told my mom it's an emergency.
$178. You guys could have gifted me that. Come on. I know it's in the budget.
For your birthday, which is
I know it's in the budget.
Yeah.
Cody, I know it's in the budget.
Well, Cody's producing
Cody's
music
being
right
a little
now.
baby right now.
DJ Co is busy on the tracks right now. DJ Busy Co. I'm gonna call you Busy Co.
Yeah.
That was like the coolest response. He said, I'm just making music.
Making music. Yeah,
I'm like,
of course
damn.
he is.
Do our baby voice to me.
I'm in the studio right now, dude. Like,
okay, well, we touched on absolutely nothing yet, so let's race through some stuff.
Should we touch on some current events?
Yeah, touch on current event. Hurry. Speed round.
Well, there's a lot of beef in the Don't Worry Darling community. Don't Worry Darling.
Okay, walk us through that.
Okay. Don't Worry Darling is Olivia Wilde's upcoming film starring Harry Styles and Florence Pugh and also Nick Kroll. And the thing about me is,
random.
I'm not self-obsessed or narcissistic.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's one good quality I have is like I almost kind of like hate myself, in a cute way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that there is a God because the amount of people that probably like Harry Styles and Nick Kroll the same amount are very limited, that are obsessed with both of them. And that's me. And so I do feel like this movie was kind of made for me. Anyway, basically, Olivia Wilde came out with a new trailer for the movie and everybody's posting it except for Florence, who posts everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Except for Olivia Wilde's trailers.
I saw that.
So everyone's kind of wondering what the beef is between Florence and Olivia. And
I love that poster.
Yeah.
So cool.
This movie looks so good.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
I'm going to need to run out the
You're going to have to walk me through this. So Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles are together.
Yes.
And Harry Styles has a lot of love making with Florence Pugh.
I'm wondering if maybe Florence fell for Harry.
One of my favorite actresses.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Love her. So you think there's beef there?
I know there has to be.
I'm curious because Olivia set this whole thing up
for herself.
I kind of think
with Harry.
I have a theory here, and we'll never know if this is true or not. I kind of think Olivia kind of like gets a little excited seeing like Harry with.
Oh,
because this has happened several times. Like he's being put in all these movies as like the love role, and now like she's known it's been happening, and now he's an actor officially.
This is the first movie as a love role, except for if you're thinking about iCarly.
No, he was in that war movie. He was in that war movie.
Yeah, but that wasn't a love role.
iCarly.
That was war.
Was he in iCarly?
One Direction was in an episode of iCarly. And and there was a little flirtation between Carly and Harry. Is that what you're referring to?
My theory is that like if you're in your lovers, and you set your lover up, and you're also in the movie.
Oh, I forgot she is in the movie.
Kind of like you going home and they're watching the scenes back. I just think that there's something there.
Herself as Florence, then,
if she wasn't into this situation, I think she's kind of into it.
Do you think she knew already that there was going to be something with her and Harry?
She's not dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
It's kind of sexy. You know?
Yeah.
Anyways,
totally.
Best of luck to all involved.
Yeah, I am just like really curious about what's going on there.
Anyways, we also had a revelation this weekend that I don't want to talk about, that I figured out one of my new favorite bands is unfortunately one of the Stranger Things kids bands.
And it's not Joe Keery's band.
Oh, I love Joe Keery's band.
I know.
To Joe.
He's calling.
It's actually pronounced Joe. Oh, sorry.
Hi, Kelsey.
Hi, Connor.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I miss you. Oh. What are you doing, Kelsey?
Why are you talking like this?
Because I miss you. I'm just sad because I haven't.
Actually makes me want to die. I wish I never called you.
I haven't seen you in so long, Kelsey. What are you doing?
I thought you were doing like a New York accent at first. How are you?
No, I'm just so sad because I miss you and I want to cuddle you.
You're a baby.
I'm just a baby.
Back to you. I'm not getting you back.
Come on, Kelsey. Don't you love me?
I can't. My face is bright red right now. This is so embarrassing for everyone involved.
Kelsey, what's your favorite song?
Stop.
Kelsey, what's your favorite snack?
I can't deal with this. Truly.
Okay, Kelsey, it sounds like you're in the car.
Talk to you later.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Why is no one doing it back?
Wow.
Can't believe you made it
There's one thing about the Coes, they're not baby talkers, and I think that there's
something to be said about the K's.
Kelsey was a good sport.
You made her
both
blush
through
the phone.
I want someone to do it back.
It's impressive.
I told my mom it was an emergency, and she still didn't respond. She's with a patient.
Mm.
Patients come first.
Totally.
I can't even think of someone that would do it back now. I'm thinking about it. That isn't just like.
I think Sally Dar would, but she knows the trend.
I bet my buddy Kyle would. Call Kyle Zimmerman. Oh,
yeah, I love Kyle. I'm a big fan of Kyle Zimmerman. Great guy.
He's gonna do it. Sorry, I can't.
That's okay. Once you start, you can't stop.
I can't rest until someone does it back. He also has a 9 to 5, so. You know what? He's just not good to have.
I am actually a little nervous.
I was scared what he.
Yeah. Thought about
that. Anyways, okay.
Did anything else happen this week?
No, there was something else that I wanted to do before we.
Holy fuck. Wheel out a new chair. Okay.
Sorry, James. Maybe next time.
So Kyle just responded and said,
"Okay,
sup ho."
Yeah. Maybe just.
That's how he would have answered. Yeah.
I saw the movie Nope this weekend.
Oh, how was it?
Here's the thing. Jordan Peele is a genius.
Yeah.
So me not understanding the movie is a reflection on me.
Yeah.
And not Jordan Peele. So I didn't connect with the movie, but that does not mean the movie is bad. It means that I'm stupid. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Well, because
Okay.
I think that's the same way that I feel about these Nathan Fielder things. Like, I understand that it's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me.
Right. Nope was like, I think like, I know because Jordan Peele made it like obviously brilliant. Did not understand 1 second of it.
I saw Nope.
Oh my God. James, what'd you think?
I hope this isn't spoiling it, I don't think. I think like the message of the movie is like people will go to any lengths. To like, well, people love spectacles and they'll go to any lengths to like capture it.
Yeah,
and like
I got that.
And like exploit it.
Got that. I was just like, okay.
I think that's like the message.
Yeah. I guess I was like, okay, yeah, I get that.
I'm gonna go see it, and then I'll be the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
But
Keke Palmer's
awesome.
Incredible.
She was awesome.
Yeah. Can we all take one quick second here and just give a big fuck you to the Little Miss whatever trend?
Yeah.
Whoever started that, you should go to hell or jail for a long time. I cannot wait.
It's a tough one.
That is the most sad I've been like getting on the internet. It's been so frustrating. Every single platform and every single brand hopping on that. I've been like, this is ruining every single platform for me, and it's just because people are taking part in something.
Did you just hate it because it was everywhere?
Like the first day someone did it, I was like, oh no,
right?
Yeah. Oh no, it's gonna happen,
right?
And then I watch it kind of catch, and it's still happening.
It'll fizzle out.
What is that even from? What's the origin of that?
Little Miss Sun. Well, there was like that Little Miss like brand.
Did we know?
Really? I just thought.
I used to have T-shirts like that with my LL Bean shorts growing up.
Yeah, I never. Oh, I recognize the yellow girl. That's like an iconic.
Yeah.
Oh, Little Miss Sunshine. Yeah.
But I don't recognize the others.
Yeah, they're.
Oh, it's just like we just need.
It was kind of like a Paul Frank kind of vibe.
We just need to know when to stop.
Totally.
Yeah, I remember tag yourself on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny for a second.
Fun.
Those were fun.
Those were really fun. And then those notes that you would do on Facebook that was like another like tag your friends and everyone would answer the same questions.
I was the biggest troll on Facebook ever. I would tag like every person from every clique in a Facebook post, so it showed up on everybody's wall, and I would just like watch it. It was like watching a fire that I sat from afar. And
My
just, like,
biggest regret in life is like in high school, I got really embarrassed about all the videos that I would leave on people's Facebook walls. Because I think in middle school, like every day after school, I would come home 3 hours, post videos on people's walls.
iMac
camera, photo booth, etc.
Yeah, that was a popular thing.
And I deleted them all.
High school,
and like I spent like a month going through every person in my high school's Facebook walls and deleting every video I had ever left them. And I wish I hadn't done that.
One of the coolest things you could do in high school with your friend group was like take group photos with the iMac camera.
Yeah.
Post a little photo album.
And go into the Apple store and do that on their devices as well. I still do that.
Oh, it gives me chills.
It's
just so embarrassing.
It's incredible.
That's something that was just like very embarrassing.
Walking into the Apple store with a Starbucks strawberries and cream, extra whipped cream.
Yeah.
Drink.
Yeah, the boys got all dropped off separately from the girls, and you meet up at the mall.
Yeah, incredible stuff.
That's an incredibly I can smell Abercrombie from here.
Oh my god, I have goosebumps.
Ooh,
I never went through that phase.
Really?
No.
You weren't a mall kid?
No, I was not a mall kid.
That's
weird.
What
were you doing?
You're from the Midwest.
Yeah.
You know where I was?
Where? The skate rink?
In the fields of.
You know where I was? I was in the gym.
Ball.
I was in the gym.
Ball
working
is
on
like,
your shot.
Working on my shot. Yeah.
I love that.
You're doing 40 push-ups a day right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It shows.
Wow.
So the last 2 weeks I was doing 30 a day. Now I'm strong enough to do 40 a day.
Whoa.
Who knows? Who knows where it could go?
progress.
I think the sky's the limit. It could like get to the point where like I'm doing like 500 a day. We'll see.
I could not do one.
I'm scared for next time you come on here and you can't fit in our chair that we just bought you.
Yeah.
You have to be careful though. I went through like a really big weightlifting phase before you guys knew me. It was like 2016.
Really?
I got really beefy.
Do you have pictures of Beefy James?
You could find some photos. To the point where like my friends tell me now like they were uncomfortable with it. They're like, we looked at you and we weren't comfortable.
I get that a lot.
You were.
I get that a lot.
But I was doing at the time like my warm up was like 150 push-ups.
Oh my god.
But it's really bad for your posture.
That's why I stopped completely.
Yeah.
And
that's also why I've stopped going to the gym that I pay $200 for 1 month.
If you guys had seen my posture in like 2018, and it got to the point where like I was like the hunchback. It was really bad.
Notre Dame.
And I got like body dysmorphia from it.
Wow.
It destroyed me. Like I wouldn't even go outside sometimes. But the good thing was like it made me obsess over it. Where I fixed it, I grew 2 inches.
Say more.
So I went from 5'10". I'm now 6 feet tall because I fixed my posture. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh.
So that's my problem too, probably.
Here's what you need to do. Trust me, I went through every different type of like way to fix your posture. There's so many different videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's the simplest one. You ball up 2 socks in a ball. It's called a dowager's hump is what I had.
Dowager's hump.
You put it right on the ball of your neck. You put the sock under the ball of your neck. You lay flat on the ground. And then you like push your chin down. Do like a few reps of that a day. you'll feel it cracking. Within like a month, your posture will be great.
So what you're saying is that it's possible I'm 5'1"?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Whoa. I can't imagine a life over 5 foot.
That means I'm almost 6'4".
Yeah.
I would just put my mind to it.
Yeah.
It's great because like I've had this friend of mine who was always like a little bit taller than me, and now I'm taller than him. Mm-hmm. And it happened in like my mid-20s.
That's really
He's
awesome.
not taking it well either. He's really upset about it. But
Whoa.
It's
sorry to him.
Try to keep up.
Huge for me, and he also he used to make fun of me for being short. So no, it was huge.
That is huge.
It's great being 6 feet tall, I gotta say.
Okay, well that's great.
So socks? Did you just order socks on?
Yes.
On Amazon?
Oh, I'm still hoping my mom will
You could use those socks right there. Go home, ball them up.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, let's end on this.
Yeah.
We got an email. I don't know if this was an email. This might have come from my brain, but it is possible it wasn't from my brain. What celebrity crush of yours, or just a celebrity in general, I guess, do you think that on your best day, like when you're feeling like a 10, you could pull?
Do you guys think I would have a shot with Lindsay Lohan?
I think yes.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
No, Connor's saying no.
Here's why.
Why not? Why not?
I don't think you have a shot because I don't think that you would get along with her, really. I think you could pull her. I don't think that you two would get along. She's kind of...
I don't know about
She's got
that.
a lot... Does it not freak you out that she has like a past of like craziness?
I love bad girls. I'm joking.
I'm
joking.
That's the title of the episode. Caucasian James loves bad girls.
I don't.
Hell yeah.
Hey, opposites attract.
I don't. No, it's a little worrisome.
I think you...
James, I mean, you like good girls.
It's been so long.
James, you like good girls.
Baby.
You like baby? Are you Jacob?
I'm not.
Twilight?
I'm not. Yeah.
Are you Jeffrey Epstein?
You like Renee?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, Connor.
Oh. Let's move on. So, what do you think
So
another
Lindsay
one
Lohan.
would be? Well, I'll say mine.
Okay.
I honestly think Doja Cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
I honestly think I could see at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Doja Cat.
Well, she's so active online too. Where
Yeah.
She probably even knows who you are.
I agree.
She probably knows you.
Well, with all the Britney Broski stuff, I bet she's seen all of our faces.
Right.
What about you, Brooke?
I would
bet
like
she
to think
does.
Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, I can see that too.
That's it.
All right. Well, manifestation is a very real thing.
Yeah.
I encourage
He's a
everyone to
girlfriend.
manifest something today.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if that's 2 inches, 2 inches is a lot
Totally.
Of growth?
of growth.
Hey, it's possible. I'm proof.
And growth can happen in any direction.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I just want to leave it open-ended in that way.
Right.
But
On that note,
we do have to wrap up. Caucasian James, thank you so much.
You are just
Man.
such a blessing
I
to
hope this was good.
Twitter. And
I'm nervous.
We got to send you
Don't be
away in a
nervous.
45-minute Uber right now.
Yep.
Yep. Long trek home.
Mhm.
I'll be thinking about everything I said.
No.
Actually, I won't. I'm doing great now.
You honestly
Good.
nailed it.
You really did.
I think I have a lot to think about, honestly.
My own.
Today.
Me too.
But
And
where can everybody find you? And anything exciting coming up that we should keep our eyes out for?
You can find me at CaucasianJames on social media. And the biggest event in my life right now is me shooting a slow-mo basketball shot in my mini hoop in my
yes,
tune in
every
for that.
day. Today's 23.
23.
Hey,
MJ.
hey.
It's my MJ day.
Jordan Day. Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, it's no.
That's awesome, James.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
And James's merch is probably the best out there behind.
oh, so true.
Probably like right behind
Fibs.
mine.
Your merch was
I'm just
good.
kidding. No, yours is fucking great.
Thank
That was actually, well, we had that conversation. Anyways, James has great merch. We do have to wrap up. James, we love you.
Love you.
Thanks for
And we'll see you next
coming
week.
out, and we'll see you next week.
I love you guys too.
Say smooches. People want you to keep saying smooches.
Smooches?
Yeah.
Smooches.